Welcome everyone to Doga Yoga. Today we're doing a beautiful and quick guided stretching class. So come join me in child's pose to start off today's class. You can have your knees as wide as your mat, or you can have them hip distance apart. Find what feels good for your lower back and hips. Send the forehead towards the earth. Melt the shoulder blades down the back. The hands can go out in front of you, the elbows in line with the shoulders, or you can touch the palms together and fold the hands resting on the back of the neck. Inhale, fill the belly, the ribs, the collarbones, and exhale, just arrive. Just welcome yourself into this moment and the rise and fall of your breath. Feel the belly, the ribs, the collarbones expand. And exhale, soften and release. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. When we're ready, if your hands are on the back of your neck, send them forward. Walk them underneath our shoulders, rolling up into tabletop position and go straight away into your cat-cow. So drop the belly, open up the chest, shoulders down the back into cow. And exhale, push away, navel to spine, chin to chest, cat. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Take a few more flows here, following the rise and fall of your breath. Gently moving in a way that feels natural and good for you. And already when it comes back to stillness, tuck the toes under, send the hips up into the air, into our first downward facing dog, and just gently walk the dog here. Dropping one heel and then the other, getting some warmth into those hamstrings. Alrighty, we're going to come to stillness and we're going to get this right foot in between our hands however we can. So just step it on up. Open ourselves up into a lunge. So come onto those back knees, onto the front fingertips, and open ourselves up into a beautiful lunge, getting into our left hip flexor today. Melt the shoulder blades down the back, open up the collarbones, the gaze is high. When we're ready, plant our hands. We're going to get this foot behind our left wrist. So wriggle it across. We're going to drop our knee down behind our right wrist and wriggle our left foot back, coming into a full pigeon. Now you can grab a block, a pillow, a cushion. If you can't get this right hip onto the ground, square them off here. And then gently fold on forward. You might stay on the fingertips as option one. Come onto the forearms with the forehead down. Or send the hands long, just really relaxing and releasing. Softening, letting go with the rise and fall of your breath. Feel the expansion as you inhale into that hip, that glute. Exhale, notice the softness, the release. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Take one more big, beautiful inhale. And release. Lift the forehead, walk the hands back. Come up, open up the collarbones. We're going to tuck these back toes under, really activate this back leg. If you've got a block underneath that hip, take it out. We're going to push ourselves back into our downward facing dog. Now walk the dog, get some movement going, wake up the body. And when we're ready, we're going to get this left foot through, however you can, into our lunge. So lower down to that back knee. Ankle to knee alignment is what we really want to check for here, making sure that our knee isn't over our ankle so much. We're going to open up the body, open up the collarbones here and breathe. Soften the jaw, the neck, the shoulders. And when we're ready, we're going to get this foot behind our left wrist, lower down, right wrist, lower our knee down behind our left wrist, wriggle our right foot back, come onto our fingertips, grab that block or book or pillow or cushion or whatever you have to put under that left hip if you need. And you might stay here. This might be a beautiful opening for you. Or you might like to, completely optional, come onto the forearms, resting the forehead down, really relaxing that jaw, relaxing those shoulders so it's not tension, tightness, holding on. And send the fingers forward, melt the forehead down onto the earth as an option 3. So wherever we are, we're focusing on, or focusing, there we go, words, on stilling, on softening, and letting go. So if you notice yourself fidgeting, moving, kind of keeping constant little tension in the muscles, allow yourself to find a place of stillness and feel the whole body just surrender. And at the same time, feel that liberating feeling when you're like, oh, this constant tension that I've been holding in my body, I can just let it go. Find your breath, that rise and fall. When you're ready, come on up. Back onto the fingers, open up the collarbones. We're going to get this back foot around to the front of our mat. So roll onto our left glute, wriggle our right foot around and come into a cross-legged position. So come into a way that's comfy for you. You might be sitting on a block. You might have one leg extended still. Find a length, melt the shoulder blades down the back. We're going to take a big arm circle up overhead, fingertips touch, and I'll mirror you. Exhale, left hand to right knee, right hand behind us. Find length and revolve. Find length and revolve. So our shoulder blades are down the back, our spine is long, and if that's what we're focusing on, still completely facing the front of the room today, that is absolutely perfect. So we're finding that length from the tailbone all the way to the crown of the head and creating space between each vertebra. And only when we have that space can we then actually start to then gain range of motion from those joints. So find that space. Your gaze might be to the side of the room or the back, and breathe. When you're ready, come back to center. Big arm circle up overhead, fingertips touch. Right hand to left knee, left hand behind us. Find length and revolve. Hands. Find length and revolve. Just opening up the collarbones, opening up the shoulder blades, really getting beautiful range of motion all the way from our neck through our thoracic down all the way to our lumbar spine. When you're ready, we're going to come back to center. So nice. Nice to gently just fold forward here with crossed legs. So nothing fancy. I want us to find length and just lean, keeping our tailbone glued towards the earth. You might just lean forward a millimeter. You might be able to walk the hands quite a way forward, resting the forehead on the ground. Or you might be like, nope, that's not really available to me today. What we're doing here is focusing on the feeling of your body. Doesn't matter what it looks like. I want you to focus on the healing and the change we're creating. So if you can feel a beautiful lower back release, especially in that foot that's in front, then that's really what we're after. So find length, and it might be just leaning forward a millimeter. Finding length and lean. 2 more breaths. And we're already going to rise on up and we're going to make our way onto our backs. So come on down. Our feet come in towards our hips. So our feet are touching the ground. Our knees are pointing towards the ceiling. And just savor the sensations here for the moment. Feel the spine press against the earth. Feel that natural curve of the lower back. When there's no load or tension on our body, you might even be able to put your hand underneath your lower back to just observe that natural curve. And when we're ready, we're going to send our left leg long, toes face the ceiling, hips are even still, and we're going to bring that right knee in towards our chest. And we're just giving a gentle massage here of all our organs. Massaging our colon. You might take little circles, just move in a way that feels good. And we're going to take a beautiful spinal twist here. So we just did a little upper body twist, focusing from the crown of our head down. So we're going to go from our tailbone up now. So we're going to keep this left hand on this right knee. And our right arm goes long, so out wide. Just send your gaze towards those right fingertips. You can feel that nice twist in the neck as you do that. And we're going to take the knee in the opposite direction to our gaze. So just guide that gently over with our left hand. We don't need to force it. And you'll just feel a gentle twist from our tailbone coming up the body. You might feel a really nice stretch in this hip, this glute. There might be very subtle sensation. This hip might not come off the ground at all. So just find how your body works, what barriers, what things are catching, and just observe them. There's no right or wrong. This is a meeting of our bodies, where it's at, and just allowing us to stretch, relax, and release. Take a few deep breaths here. You might even pat your thighs, saying, thanks, body, for all the stuff you do for me every single day. And when we're ready, we're going to bring this knee back to center. Give ourselves one last beautiful hug. Send it long. And bring our left knee in. So just make sure the hips are aligned. And then just massage the internal organs. Take little circles. You might just rock side to side. Just really notice the differences. And we're gently going to send that left arm out long beside us, gaze towards those fingertips. That right hand stays on that right knee. And just like we did before, just take the knee in the opposite direction. We'll just move the mic here gently to our gaze. So we're gently creating that spinal twist from our tailbone all the way to the crown of the head this time. And that's why it's so important to keep our gaze towards our fingertips. Because imagine you're twisting it, you can see the spine gently twisting. So if we gaze the other way, we kind of kink it. So just be mindful of this. And just be gentle on your body. Allow yourself to soften on the exhales. And inhale, just try and be aware of the expansion, the natural expansion that happens in certain places as you breathe. You might feel it quite a lot in this hip. You might not feel it at all. There is no right or wrong. Just see what is right for you. When you're ready, come on back. We're going to get that lower back to really connect with the earth. We're going to bring our right knee in to join our left and just gently rock side to side here, just really aligning the hips, giving the lower back a bit of a massage. And we are going to gently just place the left foot on the ground now and just send the right toes towards the sky, point them. We're just going to come into a nice hamstring stretch here. We're going to try and get these toes over towards the front of the room, bring them towards our nose without lifting our head off the ground. So I just slide our hands up our leg, grab the calf gently, wherever you need, and just gently put a little bit of pressure there and just noticing the stretch. You might feel it in the outside edge of your shin, on your knee, in your hamstring. Just observe where this comes up for you. Keeping that spine nice and long, the pelvis even. And breathe. When you're ready, release that leg and just place it on the ground. So touch the sole of the foot on the ground. Feel the lower back even out. I'm going to send those toes high on the left-hand side. Bring them towards the front of the room. Slide our hand up that leg and just release here. So I feel this very differently. I feel this on the front of my shin here. So just observe it because it's going to be different side to side. We're not symmetrical. So just use this opportunity to notice what's going on in our bodies. And remember to give our bodies a little bit of love. flowing with the breath. When we're ready, gently release that leg, place that foot on the ground. Oh, so nice. Soles of the feet come together, knees flop out. We're just going to get into the inner thighs now. So no pressure, no exertion whatsoever. Just allow gravity to do its thing. You can keep your hands beside the body, or you can place one hand on the belly, one hand on the chest to really allow you to connect with that rise and fall. And just notice the sensations. When we're ready, we're gently going to bring those knees back together. And the legs long, heels touch the ground, toes face the ceiling. And just allow yourself to melt into the ground for a couple of minutes. Feel yourself just still, soften, let go. Just reconnect with that rise and fall. Making this your safe place to be able to let go. Same place to just be. And when we're ready, we're gently going to slide our feet one at a time back in towards our hips. Bring our knees in towards our chest, and we're going to massage out the spine here. So just rock back and forward up into seated as many times or as little as you like. You can be super vigorous, sending the toes all the way behind you and in front. Just find what feels good. When we're ready, we'll come up into cross-legged. Oh, Arlo. Take one big arm circle all together, up overhead, fingertips touch. Back to heart center. Sending you lots of love and gratitude, beautiful yogis. Namaste.